Hey, what is going on, crypto people? This is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. Let's get into it. The market, the market is doing what the market does. We'll go over the numbers. According to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.13 trillion. And for all the new people on the back, that's down from over 3 trillion. Over 3 trillion. As an all-time high. The Bitcoin dominance is slowly creeping. I'm noticing that. It's at 48% now. For months and months and months, it was 45, 46. Now it's at 48%. And we all know, if you're looking for an alt season, that Bitcoin dominance has got to get in the 60% and higher to even begin to think about an alt season. So 48% for the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin is trading at $27,938 again. Ethereum is trading at $1,642 again. And XRP is trading at freaking 52 cents again. The market, fam, is just doing what the freaking market does. Okay, let's go over some very, very, very interesting stuff going on X these days. Some very interesting stuff. First, this is from Wiend, founder, CEO, co-founder, CEO of XRPL Labs. This is what he says. Reference the last minute change. The Zaha launch alliance members. Just do with these words. And everyone here on Twitter feel the native asset for the Zaha network should be named XRP Hotel. XAH. Guess it now is. Forget about XRP Plus, with that plus symbol. Confusing, tricky ticker for exchanges, etc. I agree, bro. I agree. So it is XRP Hotel. Vitse says, curious about what XAH does. Think of it like bus tickets. You need them to be able to ride. You need them to be allowed to ride the bus. In blockchain and crypto context, it's the gas for the network, preventing spam. Ride the bus, use the network, buy a ticket, the XRP Hotel, not riding, ? No tickets needed. The purpose of this gas token, it's used to satisfy mandatory network fees, making spamming costly for spammers, very similar to the XRPL with the reserve tokens for XRP. But for it to work effectively, the token XRP Hotel needs to have value. Introducing a new network and asset. How do we give it value and make it useful and make it a useful spam deterrent? By ensuring users give up something of value to get it. To be clear, there is no ICO or central entity issuing the token. Instead, we use a method from the XPOP standard presented at Apex. Okay. Want the token XRP Hotel? Burn some XRP, take proof of that burn to Zaha, and receive XAH in the same wallet. No third-party swaps or risk. It's simple. Burn to mint with proof of burn from the mainnet. And again, I just want to point this out. It's kind of like a note. If you want to burn your XRP, you don't have to get on the network. You can wait till this asset gets listed on a centralized exchange. Eventually, it's going to happen. Most likely, BitTrue will be the first one, and you can get it that way without having to burn XRP. You can use that dirty, nasty fiat in a centralized exchange and swap it over to XRP on BitTrue, for example, and get it that way. So you don't have to burn your XRP. You don't have to do the burn mint to use this network. Okay, so XPOP ensures transaction validity using a mix of the UNL, ledger, and transaction data, plus validation metrics from validators. I'm not going to read any more of it, but there it is. For ease, says Vitse, I've made a tool to record these crucial validation messages from multiple sources. So I'm not going to go into this whole thing, but this is a pretty deep thread from Wiend if you want to learn more about what's going on there. So the long and the short of it, their token symbol will be X-Ray Alpha Hotel for this XAHU network. This is from Ripple X Devs. Interesting. Extensive performance testing of the XLS-30 hashtag automated market maker has now been completed. Testing's complete. XLS-30 is a proposed amendment as part of the Rippled 1.12.0 upgrade. If adopted, it will bring automated swap, trading, and liquidity provisioning capabilities to the XRPL ledger. Another thread. XLS-30 will bring an extensive set of features to the XRPL and introduce several new transaction types to integrate with the payments engine. Several new. The team has taken steps to thoroughly review the code and assess performance. In July, the leading blockchain security firm Certic completed an audit of the XLS-30 and did not find any major issues. The team has acknowledged and resolved 35 minor findings. To complement a secure code base, the Ripple X team has conducted ongoing performance testing of the core XRP ledger for over a year. A rigorous methodology has been employed to assess the ledgers and consensus performance and latency to ensure the health of the XRPL mainnet. With this capable performance under diverse loads and transactions, the XRP ledger is well equipped to seamlessly integrate innovative features such as XLS-30, which is adding the automated market maker to the decentralized exchange. All right, last one. The XRPL validated community and any interested developers are encouraged to review the details of the performance testing report as well as the XLS-30 documentation. So next step for the XLS-30 will be voting for this amendment. So this is some interesting stuff. There's a little bit of some controversy here kind of going on. We're in reference to the Ripple X Dev and the XRPL grants. So SpenderBits put this out a couple of days ago. Maybe it was just yesterday. We are disappointed to share that our XRPL grant proposal was declined for the second time by the Ripple X Dev. While it's disheartening, we remain committed to the keep on building in the blockchain space. We remain committed to the keep on building in the blockchain space. Moonchaser commented on this. Shout out to you, Moonchaser. I hope you and your guy are doing well. I am sorry to hear the SpenderBits count. I'm sorry to hear that SpenderBits count this. I'm sorry to hear this, SpenderBits or Jay. Count this as a blessing in disguise. You have proven your capabilities by winning a category, this is important, of the Ripple CBDC Hackathon twice and have a fantastic team behind you. Look forward to future developments, right? So SpenderBits not happy they didn't get the grant stuff, right? And I believe it was another blockchain, another project as well that didn't get it. Let me go over to Mikkel's thing here. Mikkel posted something. Yeah, here it is. All right. So Mikkel says, at XRP Mikkel on X says this. All right, it's time to start asking questions. How in the world, says Mikkel, did SpenderBits and Expectar not get grants? Mikkel says, I have seen so many BS projects get them. BS projects, Mikkel's calling it, right? This needs to get figured out fast. Now, I find this interesting. This comes from Money GCC. So he commented on Mikkel's post. This is interesting to me, but take a listen. Money GCC says, this is total, and Money GCC, by the way, is, he got futurist, technologist, and banker, research provider of innovative projects in Web3 and blockchain in his bio. Money GCC says, this is totally understandable from a business perspective. Ripple has already invested $50 million into Futureverse, the project Futureverse, which is far ahead of Expectar in the development of the open metaverse. That $50 million was then assigned to this OVIO HQ, which is Outlier Ventures, who is known who is now giving grants to accelerate various projects to enhance the strategy of the open metaverse. Expectar can apply and work with them. Spendabits does not make sense for me to invest in if I were Ripple and knew I have Zum Wallet. Is he saying knew I have Zum Wallet or now I have Zum Wallet? And an updated Silo wallet. Silo, S-Y-L-O. Interesting. What wallet messaging app coming out? Okay, so let me say that again. Spendabits does not make sense for me to invest in if I were Ripple and I knew I have Zum Wallet and an updated Silo wallet messaging app coming out. Okay. Mikkel, zoom out more and look at the companies they have invested in and ask, what are they doing? You will get a different viewpoint. I know Ripple decision makes complete sense. Okay. So that's your opinion, Money GCC. So he posted here this on Mikkel. Now, I think it's interesting that 50 million and this other venture project in here as well. Interesting for me to say that. Crypto Eddie says this. Shout out to Crypto Eddie. I hope you're doing well, miss. We should embrace the adoption of blind judging as a means to mitigate bias, promote fairness, and reinforce trust. Whoa, that's right. That's strong right there. Reinforce trust within the grant approval process. And to me, that would suggest there is mistrust. Additionally, the removal of judges with affiliations to Ripple would further enhance impartiality. So who's giving out the money ultimately is the question I would ask. And what constitutes the mistrust is a question I would ask. Who's giving out this money? Who's giving out this grant money? And what are you basing this mistrust? Where is that coming from? Because if you say reinforce trust within the grant approval process, that to me intimates or suggests that there is some measure of mistrust in this process. So she goes on to say, nevertheless, it is essential to recognize that these grants are administered by a single company with XRP held in escrow. So that says it right there. The grant's coming from Ripple. So far, the perception of Ripple as a responsible steward of the escrow has generally been positive and unchallenged. However, making substantial changes to the governance and consensus mechanisms of the XRP network, while conceivable, is in my mind unachievable. It sounds like that's another thing than just this grant program. So I invite comments to this below or an X space devoted to the discussion. In this context, it's worth exploring alternatives like join Seed Starter. That's the attorney that I can't remember his name. Still can't remember his name, but that's the project. It's got a different way to do crowdfunding, which operates on a more peer review based model. Familiarizing oneself with such an alternative is valuable for promoting transparency and exploring potential improvements in raising capital. Yeah, and this is what I would say to Spendabits and to Expectar. Right, there's going to be other ways for you to kind of get money, right? Again, I would ask, where is this money coming from? And what what in your mind suggested there is mistrust? Because that's what I kind of see here. So anyway, so here's some interesting stuff here that I think is kind of fits to the Money OGC thing. Money GCC comment. Dip collector. Futureverse believer, hashtag root for Dip collector says this. I'm pretty sure most, if not all of you, are aware of the connection slant partnership between Ripple and Futureverse. I do think, however, most of the XRP community might still think I have no interest in NFTs or gaming, or maybe this open metaverse is a far in the distance thing that doesn't concern me. Bringing the gaming industry, which is wholly part of the whole concept, over the Web3 environment is and will be part of the so-called metaverse. Gaming is a fast-growing industry and a billion-dollar business, and has been for many years. In 2022, the revenue from the worldwide gaming market was estimated at $347 billion US, with the mobile gaming market generating an estimated $248 billion, wow, of that total. The metaverse may be in its infancy, but it could represent a revenue opportunity of as much as 13 trillion and have a major impact on not just key tech players, but also cryptos, according to a report from Citi. Futureverse is at the absolute forefront of building out a decentralized open metaverse platform. We should by now all remember the statements that Rosie Rios made some months ago. My money would go into, this is a quote, my money, says Rosie Rios, would go into blockchain, AI, and the metaverse. Now, guess what Ripple partner, that's the end of the quote, Ripple partner Futureverse ticks all three of these boxes: AI, blockchain, and metaverse. Metaverse and the Web3 tech are the new internet, and we will all be and take part of it. The connection, vision, importance of Futureverse to Ripple is huge. I mean, $50 million, right? What Futureverse is building is not just the next so-called metaverse or NFT project. They are building a platform for the open metaverse in which XRP plays a key role. My hope is that the influencers of the XRP community will bring more attention to this and maybe invite people from the Futureverse, reach out people from the Futureverse to the community, to quote unquote influencers. Reach out. Why you don't have to wait for a call, bro. You don't have to wait for a reach out. Reach out yourself on their channels to talk about the vision and the Ripple connection, so the XRP community will pick up on this. He says, please take a look at this clip from an interview by Jimmy Burke, founder and chairman of Outlier Ventures, and Futureverse co-founder Shara Senderoff, that I posted yesterday. I hope this will spark your interest to keep a close look on what is being built here. And we all know that Mickey B. Fresh has been promoting Futureverse Root Network big time for a while. But I do think this answers the questions in terms of grants money for projects. Because, you know, from Ripple's perspective, it is clear to me that they feel like they devoted money in that direction already. They devoted money. And so, and they feel like, again, metaverse, gaming, AI, blockchain, whatever, they got their boxes checked or ticked. And projects that might be behind and or competing for something that they already have done their investment in, they're not gonna award the grants. And I think the CBDC Innovation Hackathons award winners says that Ripple recognizes that great innovation, but in terms of more money, grants, they made their move. And so it's up to the projects like SpenderBits and Expectar, in my opinion, to seek elsewhere, to go elsewhere for this grant money, because I think there's going to be certain biases no matter what. Mikko may have a certain bias towards Expectar or SpenderBits. Crypto Eddie might have some biases towards other projects. I might have biases towards other projects and think that they're more deserving of grant money. For example, like DEX5.pro. Right, and Ripple has to make their decisions as well from a business perspective, and we always got to consider that. So, so this reinforced trust, I'm curious about that statement. So maybe she'll expound on that some more on a Spaces or something. But in any case, guys, listen, this wraps up the XRP Ripple Daily News in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope that it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you've been hanging out, excuse me, watching the crypto season, you've been enjoying that hangout, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. That old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.